Okay. So while we were working on that, for our next session, we have with us Yaara Galili. Sorry. She is our director of product management leading the mobile line of business. So she's based in Israel. That's why she can't come to the event in person. But we're very appreciative for her to take on today's session because it's not even 6 a.m. yet right now in Israel. And she will do a live presentation for us on Campus M. Yara, can you please start?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the intro. I'm Yaara Galili. I am leading the mobile line of business. So it is 5, almost 6 a.m. now, and so I might fall asleep while I speak. You'll have to forgive me for that. I have 4 different people promising me dinner for agreeing to pull this off. So I think my next APAC visit is all done, and I really look forward to visit because I have enough food waiting for me. So today I'll be talking about CampusM, our mobile solution for students. So let's start. We travel a lot around the world. We meet you, we'll meet our customers, we meet libraries and institutions, and we see an interesting process. Universities are changing, right? They're putting focus on students. Every day that goes by, we see more and more focus on students, their success, their ability to enjoy, to stay, to remain in the university. And we see libraries are changing as well. They're not just home for books anymore. You become home for students, a place to learn, a place to gather, to build communities. We sometimes see students come to the library without any need for a book or information. They have everything they need, right? They just come there to meet and to talk. And that's interesting because we see that while there's a change in the universities, you as libraries and as librarians are being called to be part of that institutional KPI, right? With what you want to contribute to that student change. To do this, you're transforming the library into a communal hub. Over the past years, many of you have changed shelf spaces to study spaces. Not so long ago, libraries took pride of how many kilometers of bookshelf they have, but it's no longer the case, right? And we see this in different universities around the world. We see UNC Charlotte, for instance, in the US, they put sleeping pods in the library so that students can take rest. They bring service dogs once a week so the environment will be nicer to stay. University of Birmingham in England, they built their whole main library focusing on study spaces rather than book space. And we see that gets more and more common with different libraries, with different universities around the world. And that brought us to a question, how we can help you to be where the students are. And in order to answer that question, you can't do that without being in mobile. Since the beginning of this conference, it started a few hours ago. How many of you took a glance at your phone during a session at least once? I'm sure that probably all of you, you know what, I have my cell phone with me right now and I'm actually passing this session, right? I have my timer here just to make sure that I'm still in time, that I'm not out of time. But this is probably, it's no longer just us, right? This device is just a sleek extension of us, of who we are. And you know what, I can probably show you statistics. Tons of numbers, but you don't really need that statistic, right? It's not just another device. It's holding the power of entire libraries in the palm of your hands. And you know what, if I ask you, a room full of librarians, how many of you have a book with you? I'm sure that the number would be much, much lower than the number of cell phones that you have in this room. Now multiply that addiction by 10 or 20. That's probably the relevant number for your students. This is where they are. They always carry that with them. And if when we check which devices they hold, and we see that many of your students, they have smartphones, but they don't necessarily have a laptop, because you can live without a laptop and you can be a student without a laptop. It'll be hard, but it's it's doable, but you can't be without a smartphone. We take this everywhere with us. The students are always there, and as younger as they are, if you'll talk to them, you'll see that they do things with their cell phones that for us is very hard to even absorb. They read articles, they study, they do everything with their cell phones, and it gets more and more and more common as time goes by. So what we do about this? As Ex Libris, we offer a product, CampusM, a one-stop shop for everything the student needs in one place, anytime, everywhere, always in the palm of their hands. So basically, we give you a pocket platform. So you can do three things. One, integrate everything that you have into one place. You have so many different systems that you work with. The student has so many different gateways to different services that he's using or she's using. And this is a one gateway to everything that the student needs. And we integrate all the different systems into one gateway. Second, we offer you an opportunity to engage better with the students, to engage both sides, for the students to engage better with the institution, but also for you to engage better with the students. And third, it's a great way to promote services that the students are not necessarily aware of. We hear different services, you know, even the sleeping pods. It's very hard to tell the students that they can rent equipment in the library, or they can rent, or they can book a room space to a study space. That's a good way to inform the student that it's doable and that it's happening. We do this while we always keep in mind that we want to create a very simple and dedicated solution. So it's very consolidated, everything in one place. It's very personalized, very engaging, so that the student only gets what he needs and not everything around it. And obviously, it's always relevant. It's always contextualized, always in the right place, because it's a cell phone, so it's always location based, always in the right place, always in the right time. A very unique solution that a mobile can give you and a PC can't. We provide both web and mobile, and it's fully branded and right from the App Store all the way into the finest details of the app, so that the student can reach out to that platform, both in mobile and in the web. At this point, the CampusM community has over 200 institutions globally. We have 2.5 billion page views in CampusM and over 3 million active users daily. So those active users are 70% of them are highly active users. That means that they open the app more than one day. So just imagine the power of being able to communicate with 70% of your students on a daily basis, where they open the app twice a day and you can be in touch with them. And just to add on what we said when I spoke about the numbers of mobile, when we look at our number, not external researches, and we see the numbers of usage of mobile versus web, because as I said, we have both platforms in CampusM. So we see that 90% use the smartphone and only 10% open the web portal. And that only shows that the necessity of having that tool to communicate with students. So one of our main principles with creating this app is personalization, because information in the wrong context and the wrong time is just noise, right? We get so much information and we don't want to get that unnecessary information. So we have several levels to distinguish between different users so that we can provide that right experience to the right person. We start with this app. On top of this, we have different profiles. So we can have different profiles for prospects or existing students or alumni, for instance, or admins. And then we have different roles, something similarly as you're familiar with Alma, for instance. And then tags, that is something that the student can update on himself. And then eventually the authenticated user, that unique characteristics per student. The that pyramid allows us to give that unique experience per student very easily. So I have about, I don't know, 7 minutes to go over a full list of features. So we're not going to dig too deep into it, but I do want to show you what the app can do. So I'm going to run through this. You'll obviously have the deck at the end, and you'll have us for questions or full demo after this, but I'm going to try and describe the different features that this app holds. We want to help the students navigate their day. That means that we're always there with them. We take everything that they need to do, the timetable, the task, the event, and we put everything in one place. So there's this student, she can search for a specific event, she can click on it, and then it will send her to the right interaction, to the right place with the interactive map on the right location. So we have the events directory, we have a task board that shows that student, what she has to do today. We have the timetable to show her what she has to do with for her academic studies. And we have the maps to show her where everything is located. For the events, we hold full event discovery capability. So the student can now browse through the events, can discover, find the right event, register to it, get a reminder before the event starts. When she gets to the event, she can check in so that you can get a real-time information about who attended and if they're there or not. So we get the information for events from different existing systems, RSS or libcal events, or even a simple Excel sheet will do. So we get a feeding of different events, and we have a really nice browser to discover the institutional events. And of course, content creation, as this is a very branded app of the institution or the library, so you can constantly create new content. So on top of the conventional communication channel, we have other ways to create engaging content to the homepage. So content pages, but also social media, feed tiles, banners, etc. We have a separate tool called Creative Studio, where you can create new content pages to upload to the app. Being Ex Libris, we have seamless integration with Alma, Primo, single sign-on. So what we have is we include our fully featured search discover integration of Primo. It brings the full fat Primo search into the mobile platform so that your students can find resources wherever they are, whenever they need them. And we've also coupled this with account information, loans, renewals, favorites, and more. So yeah, they have everything as part of the app. Once again, single sign-on, so they don't have to sign into Primo or every time they use the app. Same goes for Leganto, reading lists, reading materials, everything within the smartphone. Here as well, single sign-on. We have tens of out-of-the-box integrations with external tools. Main ones are use several types of LMSs. So the students will have access to their LMS within the app. Digital ID cards. Imagine how nice that is if they don't have to carry that plastic card with them. They can just get a book with the barcode within their app. Integration with emails. These are just 3 examples, but we have a very long list of different integrations. And of course, every new customer, when you have new integrations that are required, a new system that we don't integrate with out of the box, we can offer that dedicated integration set for you. And of course, being mobile, we allow push notifications to replace the old-fashioned emails that nobody reads. So if you're sending emails to your students, we're probably not reading this, right? It's very hard to communicate with students today. So push notifications, real time, according to, once again, according to the app, the profile, the separate role, the tag. You can just mark a group of students, or also sync with Alma to get push notification through Alma. That's one. And second, we have a quick poll opportunity to ask any group of those students a quick question and get real-time results from both of these tools. The way we built the app, so the basic of it is the infrastructure in cloud of Ex Libris and Clarivate. So the basic infrastructure is the very trusted infrastructure that we use for other products as well. But then on top of that, we add all of those out-of-the-box integrations that I've just mentioned, and then many, many more. So eventually it will fit the needs of different institutions in the best way. And then to add another layer of making this accurate to you, we have an application extension kit. It's a development wireframe. It's a development platform that basically you can take and develop whatever you want on top of CampusM. We have a customer that leverages this capability to high levels. They literally go wild with this. They do different things on the app. So we have 3 layers that makes the app first very trustworthy, but also eventually very flexible to fit your needs. Last but very much not least, it's CampusM attendance. This is probably our heaviest feature or capability of CampusM. Class attendance. This is being used not by all of our customers in CampusM. It's a capturing tool for student attendance in classes and events. And all that I just mentioned is being managed by the admins in the backend in a CampusM manager. So it's nothing like what you're familiar with Alma or Primo. It's a separate tool. It's a web-based, very user-friendly, very self-explanatory. Just like the app, it's an easier place to be at. So the setting is more of a tech, but the ongoing maintenance is very suitable for anyone to be able to maintain the app. So we have it's called App Manager, and that's the admin part of the app. And of course, being Ex Libris, we also offer insights to understand and improve the user engagement, and we also provide an analytics part to see the usage of the app and how students are there. Yeah, at the end of the day, each of you have different needs, right? And what we do with each implementation is to learn your needs and to create that mobile solution that will fit you, so that you can be with your students anytime, anywhere. And we want you to join us and try to rewrite the narrative of how students interact with institutions, because students are changing and we want to be there, if not changing with them. If we want to be there before them, and we want to make sure that we are being with them when they change. So we really want to rewrite that narrative. Thank you very much, and I'm here for questions.
Carol, any questions?
There's a question asking if Alma Analytics can be shown in the app or not.
Did you hear that?
Can you hear me, Yaara?
I can hear you. I think not strong enough. Okay.
We'll repeat the question.
So Alma Analytics can be shown in the app, right?
Alma Analytics can't be shown in the app. It's a separate analytics for the app.
Okay, thank you.
Does anyone have any other questions? No. All right then. Thanks so much, Yaara, for your time today. Hope you can
Thank
get
you
some
very much. enjoy your time there.